Good morning everyone. We are now reporting about the branches of science and its relevant issues. Global warming affects the life of marine mammals, especially in particular for polar bears, due to melting of sea ice because it threatens the bears' main prey and seals which need the ice to raise their young. Polar bears are one of the keystone species. A keystone species is a type of creature that characterizes a whole biological system. Polar bears are now considered as endangered in US because their sea ice habitat is under threat from climate change or global warming.
A pleasant morning to everyone. My name is Ryan Eldarat. This is my topic, chemistry. Chemistry. Air pollution has reached dangerous level in many locations where environmental politics have not kept pace with rapid development. Poor air quality result from anthropogenic and natural emissions and their chemicals. Chemical processing in the atmosphere, chemistry is key to diagnosing pollution source, designing efficient control strategies, and developing pollution reduction technologies. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Rachel Maon. We are now reporting about the branches of science and its relevant issues. Botany is the study of organisms in the kingdom Botany, otherwise known as plants. The word botany comes from the adjective botany, which in turn comes from the accent Greek word botany.
Good morning everyone, I am Danieska. Geology. Geology is a scientist developed new approach to understanding massive volcanic eruptions. Numerical model gives scientists a new tool for estimating the magnitudes of large explosive eruptions occurring thousands of years ago. An international volcanology team has created a first of its kind of tool that can aid scientists in understanding past explosive eruptions that shape the earth and improve the way of estimating hazard of future eruptions. Geoscience team led by the University of South Florida has developed a new way to reconstruct the sizes of volcanic eruptions.
Good day everyone, this is Varsity Isa reporting about the previous typhoon that hit some places in the Philippines. In the early morning of last November 1, 2020, Super Typhoon Rolly made its first landfall in the Philippines in Batu Catanduanes, an island province in the Bicol region in southern Luzon, with catastrophic winds of up to 280 km per hour and torrential rainfall. According to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, around 68.6 million people are affected, with 24.3 million living in the worst hit areas. The 2.3 million vulnerable people living in the most affected areas, an estimated of 724,000 are children. The most affected children and their families face risks including the exposure of COVID-19 and other diseases due to crowding in the evacuation center. The National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council disclosed on Sunday 98,249 homes were ravaged by Typhoon Rolly in the Calabarzon, Bicol region, Mimaropa, and Cordilleras. Speaking in an online press forum, NDRRMC spokesperson Mark Timbal said that this number, 17,346 houses, are no longer be repaired. Typhoon Rolly is the most powerful typhoon that hit the Philippines in 2020 to date amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. This is by City Isa reporting.
research explained how a stop-start pattern of evolution governed by environmental change could explain why crocodile had changed so little since the age of the dinosaurs. Crocodile today looks very similar to ones from the Jurassic period of some 200 million years ago. Prehistory also saw types of crocodile we don't see today, including giant as big as dinosaur, plant eaters, first runner, and serpentines, forms that lives in the sea. The rate of their evolution is generally slow, but occasionally they evolve more quickly because environmental change.
Good morning, this is Sorani Pilipin giving you the latest and most credible news for today. This ancient stream found on the closet brown dwarf. Using high-precision brightness measurement from NASA TESS telescope, astronomers found that the nearby brown dwarf moving 16 days atmosphere is dominated by high speed global wind equal to Earth's jet stream system. This global circulation determines how clouds are distributed in the brown dwarf atmosphere, giving it a strip appearance.
I will report oceanography. With such an incredible amount of plastic waste taking over our oceans, we are witnessing a pollution crisis. A cure around the world, trash is being eaten by marine life and has entered every level of the food chain, even ending up in the seafood on our plates. Plastic pollution. Single-use plastic is everywhere. Soda, bottles, bags, food packaging, coffee cups, lids, straws, you name it. You've been told for decades that recycling is the solution for this disposable product. Yet a whopping 90% of global plastic is recycled and an enormous quantity of it is ending up in our oceans. Without significant and urgent change, we face handing the next generation garbage dump instead of an ocean urgent of the marine life.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bashaira May Keusman. So I will report the branches of sociological. The COVID-19 outbreak affects all segments of the population and is particularly detrimental to members of those social groups in the most vulnerable situation. Continues to affect population, including people living in poverty situation, older person with disabilities, youth, and indigenous people.